the rain has moved out of the area, and that means it's time to go racing. Welcome, everyone, to Morris, Illinois, the Grundy County Speedway, round number 4 for 2013 season with the Mid-American Stock Car Series. Olivia Pritchett covering all the action down in the pits. My name is Rob Klepper. A lot of history at this racetrack. Drivers like Bobby Allison, Dale Earnhardt, Mark Martin, Tony Stewart have all raced at this historic Third Mile Oval. Well, this series has been around for over 2 decades, and we caught up with its owner, Doug Strasberg, earlier today.
Mid-American, this is our 21st year in business. I worked for the previous owner pretty much the whole time he had it and did just about every duty that you could. He died unexpectedly, and we were the most logical ones to take it over. So my wife Julie and I bought it from his widow, and here we are today.
This is a great series. Everybody loves each other here. You know, we're like a big family and helps each other out, and the racing's usually clean, you know. And like tonight, we're going to race here. Tomorrow, we're going to race at Jefferson, so it's got to be a clean night. And I've been racing Mid-Am for about 10 years. Everybody's just so great with each other. That's why I've stayed in this series for so long.
So a lot of great racing on tap tonight for the Digital Fuel Solutions Midsummer Meltdown here at Grundy County Speedway. We started off the night with qualifying. Each driver had 2 laps on the racetrack, and that's how we set up our heat races. We'll have highlights of our heats here in a minute. 3 heat races, 10 laps in distance. Totally inverted the heat races. If you qualified good, you would start bad and have to work your way to the front. A 40-lap feature event on tap here tonight. Yellow flag laps will not count. All 40 will be under green. The racing was hot and heavy in heat race number 1. Trying to get to the front as quick as you can. Here at Grundy County Speedway, it was the 00 of Marcus Hoover that would lead him to the stripe. See that 11 car, another rookie of Luke Baldwin. Stephen Cox out of Indianapolis in the 31, working his way to the front. As that 11 car of Baldwin, trying that low line, would take the lead off turn 4 from Hoover. It was a 3-4 car battle here early. Luke Baldwin would check out from the rest of the field early, but here comes the 74, Rick Tackman Jr. from New Berlin, Wisconsin, using that low line, entering turn number 1, making his 4th start of 2013. Tackman would take the lead off turn number 2. Tackman comes into Grundy County 7th in the points. As the checker flag came out, he got the win and would get maximum points in the heat race. We talked to him down to victory lane.
Qualifying wasn't as good as what I wanted, but then the crew chief, my car owner, Russell Willingham, made some changes to the car, and he said, let's go win this thing, and the car was just great. Little adjustments before the feature. I think we're going to be good to go.
So Rick Tackman Jr. out of New Berlin, Wisconsin wins heat race number 1. We move on now to heat race number 2, as it was the 32 of Lyle Nowak coming off his first win of the year at Veterans Raceway Park up in Wisconsin on the pole. Would set the pace. The 16 of John Ventrilo from right here in Morris would start outside row number 1. A lot of local drivers going at it with the Mid-Am guys, and on board with Jeremy Spoonmore, who gets into the 16 of John Ventrilo, spins him around, and Spoonmore goes through the infield, takes the scenic route, washes off the front of the race car, and there's a look at it one more time, and not the way you want to run the heat race here tonight. 3 cars stopped on the racetrack. As we got back underway, though, Lyle Nowak showed the drivers how to get around Grundy County Speedway. He got the win here at heat race number 2.
We had a good starting spot. The car ran pretty good. We made some changes after qualifying. I think it helped. You got to free it up a little bit more for the feature, but we're really looking forward to the next race.
In our 3rd and final heat race, we saw a great battle for the lead. The 99 of Matt Clemens, the 66 of Morris, Illinois' Marty McKinney would go side by side and put on a show for the fans. It was McKinney out front first as Clemens would bump him coming off turn number 2. Clemens would follow him into turn number 3. You can see McKinney was a little bit tight, would push up off the corner off turn 4, and that opened the door for Matt Clemens. Clemens to the inside now, coming off turn number 2, and they would go side by side down the back straightaway. Clemens drives it in deep as McKinney would try and shut the door on the 99, would not be able to get it done. They would still be side by side at the stripe. Matt Clemens would have a little bit of an advantage coming off turn number 2 and would take the lead. It was smooth sailing from then on, and Clemens would take the win in heat race number 3.
It was just good, hard racing. I saw he was pushing coming off the turn a little bit, so I waited for him just to give me enough room, and I knew he was a clean racer, so I was able to get it under and get up underneath him.
So a good run for Matt Clemens, winner of heat race number 3. feature event cars now making their way to the back straightaway here at Grundy County Speedway as we get set for a 40-lap feature event. Round number 4 for the Mid-American Stock Car Series. The Digital Fuel Solutions Midsummer Meltdown is next. Welcome back to Grundy County Speedway here in Morris, Illinois as we get set for our 40-lap feature event. Cars getting formed up 2 by 2 behind the pace truck. A great field of cars here for the Digital Fuel Solutions Midsummer Meltdown. And as we said off the top of the show, caution laps will not count. We need all 40, all green here tonight to crown a winner. Your starting lineup has Frank Slabanek Jr. on the pole alongside Chuck Uris there in the 44. Back inside row number 2, Matt Clemens, very fast in his heat race in the 99, and Jeremy Spoonmore in the 22. Inside row 3 is Brad Keith, your current point leader in the 48, and Ron Vandermeer Jr. in the 3. Row 4 on the inside is Mark Plur, currently second in the points with 1 win on the year, and John McMahon in the 0-1. Inside row 5, starting in the 9th position, the number 28 of Tom Nippenberg, to the outside starting 10th at 26 of Jack Stern. Joe Venacci inside row number 6 in the 11th position in the 73, and Kevin Gentile in the 2. Row 7 is John Venturillo in the number 16 alongside Marty McKinney, who put on a show in the heat race earlier tonight. Back in row number 8, 1 win so far this year for Lyle Nowak in the 32, and Dan Gilster in the 23G will start 16th. In row number 9, it's Rick Tackman Jr. in the 74 and Cody Clubb in the 23C. Tim Fulford in the 174 inside row number 10, and Jim Catchell will start 20th in the number 14. In row 11 out of Indianapolis, former GT Challenge Series champion Stephen Cox in the 31, with the 11 of Luke Baldwin starting to the outside. In your final row, inside row number 12, Jeff Wakeman in the 91, and Marcus Hoover will start 24th in the 00. So lights are out, looking for the green flag off turn number 4. 40 laps, the scheduled distance. The Digital Fuel Solutions Midsummer Meltdown is underway. Side by side through turns 1 and 2, Frank Slabanek Jr. in the 29. It's a Pontiac trying to get the lead through 3 and 4 now as they remain side by side. Lap number 1 is now complete. Frank Slabanek Jr. is your leader. Matt Clemens right behind him there in that number 99, currently runs in the 3rd spot. Chuck Uris from Lockport, Illinois, now going side by side. The battle for 2nd as Clemens, using the low line, gets right underneath the 44 of Uris and takes over that 2nd spot. Uris a little loose there entering turn in number 1. You can see that white and black number 22 of Jeremy Spoonmore, defending champion with the Mid-Am Series, running in 4th. Now the battle heats up for the lead. Looks like Clemens going to lay the chrome horn a little bit there to Frank Slabanek Jr., your leader. And it looks like the battle for 3rd heating up as the 3-car Ron Vandermeer out of Joliet, Illinois, using the outside part of the racetrack. And it was kind of a crapshoot on what to do to your race car to make it fast in this feature event as they go side by side. Very tight racing there off turn 4 between Uris and the 44 and Vandermeer. Vandermeer making it work on that outside part of the racetrack. We battled weather, a lot of rain, plus a lot of different classes running tonight, which means a lot of different styles of rubber down on this racetrack. So kind of a gamble for race teams. You would think that the Grundy regulars may have an advantage over the series regulars on what to do to their race car to make it fast for this 40-lap feature event. You can already see deep. Oh, and now it looks like trouble for the 32. Getting loose. I don't know if he had help or not. That is Lyle Nowak out of Wisconsin. Came into tonight's event 4th in the points. We also see the 66 of Marty McKinney, another Grundy County regular, stopped on the racetrack. And a lot of fluid coming out of that number 32. Of course, Nowak coming off his first win of the year. One of the series regulars. We had a chance to ask him why he runs the Mid-Am Series earlier today.
We became interested in the Mid-Am Series because it is a touring series. Because of the venues that they went and raced at, such as the Milwaukee Mile, Road America. We went to Raceway Park in Indianapolis a couple years ago. The chance to be able to compete at such storied racetracks with a whole host of track champions that race in this series was actually the allure that led me to come here.
So the 1 to go signal now being given to the drivers. Will go green next time around. The 29 of Frank Slabanek Jr. is your leader. We saw that 3-car trying to make some moves on the outside part of the racetrack. Ron Vandermeer He'll start right behind your leader in that third spot. Spoonmore to the outside of row number 2. And of course, Matt Clemens, your heat race winner, will start second outside the front row. We're back underway here at Grundy County. Side by side for the lead, side by side for that third spot is the 3-car Vandermeer trying to hold off Spoonmore, who has the advantage entering turns 3 and 4. But Frank Slabanek Jr. getting it done out in front as it looks like everybody's getting sideways, coming off turn at number 4. A lot of racing left to come your way here from Grundy County Speedway. Here's a look at your top 10. Frank Slabanek Jr. continues to lead. Clemens, Spoonmore, Vandermeer, and Uris, your top 5. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Grundy County Speedway for the Digital Fuel Solutions Midsummer Meltdown featuring the Mid-American Stock Car Series. Great battle up front for the lead. Frank Slabanek Jr. trying to hold off Ron Vandermeer. Vandermeer using the outside part of the racetrack, and will he get it done off turn number 2? Still side by side. The number 3 of Vandermeer clears at 29 as they enter turn 3, and we have a new leader here at Grundy County, Jeremy Spoonmore, in the third position in the white and black number 22. Great battles throughout the field. A lot of side-by-side racing here tonight. Spoonmore now trying to work to the inside part of the racetrack in turn number 3 as Slabanek shuts the door on him, taps the rear of the 3 Vandermeer. A lot of the Grundy regulars here tonight as they do have a Mid-Am series at Grundy County. One of the few tracks that do offer that series, so great to have all the Grundy County regulars racing with the series regulars here tonight. As we go on board, let's take a lap here at Grundy County with Jeremy Spoonmore. You can really hear how Spoonmore has to get out of the gas entering the corner. Nice and smooth, and it looks like caution is out. Big trouble entering turn to number 3. You see the 174 of Fulford, the 66 stopped as well. That is Marty McKinney, the 23 of Cody Clubb, and the 01 of John McMahon, a regular here at Grundy County.
Hey, this is the only track I race at. I just race here every Friday night. I'm excited to see how we do tonight with all the new cars coming in. See how well they do up against guys like me. This is the only place we race, you know.
What kind of finish would make you happy tonight? Do you only want to win, or is top 10 good?
First place. Anything less, I don't think I'll be very happy. I've taken second 3 times this year, so I'm sick of second.
So the 1-to-go signal being given to the drivers as they line up 2 by 2 behind the pace truck and get set to go back to green here at the Digital Fuel Solutions Midsummer Meltdown at Grundy County Speedway. On board once again with Jeremy Spoonmore. Spoonmore out of Illinois, currently 3rd in the points. The first 3 races of the year, 3 4th-place finishes as we are back underway. And Spoonmore now hung out to dry on that outside part of the racetrack. A 4-car battle. You can throw in former track champion here at Grundy County, the 2 of Kevin Gentile, one of the up-and-coming young guns in stock car racing.
In Mid-Ams, this will be my 4th year. I started in go-karts when I was 10 years old. I like the camaraderie. Everybody is so nice. Everybody is so thankful for you to run with them. Everybody's very respectful of each other, and you can't find that in other series. Yeah, we're not really running for points. We don't have quite the budget that other guys do to run all the races. So, you know, we're just going for wins. We're trying to finish up front as much as we can and hopefully, you know, come out with a few wins at the end of the year.
On board once again with Jeremy Spoonmore. To the right, that is Kevin Gentile, and he's a kid that can win. Last year picked up 5 wins here at Grundy County. He's a multi-time go-kart champion. Just 19 years old. 1 race so far this year, finished 7th at Hawkeye Downs up in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and right now going side by side with Spoonmore for that 2nd spot. Your leader, Ron Vandermeer, checking out from the field in that number 3 car. 3,000-pound minimum weight rule for the Mid-Am cars. 58% of that weight on the left side of that car to help them through the turns on the bull rings like here at Grundy County, as Gentile now a crossover move to the inside of Vandermeer. This is for the lead. Got right by the 22 of Spoonmore, now gets it done and takes the lead. So Kevin Gentile, the hometown driver, a little loose off turn 4, but he gets it done, and he is your new leader here at Grundy County. And going back to these race cars, a lot of horsepower, American-made production, V8 engines only, no V6, no 4 cylinders, about 450 horsepower, cast iron block, cast iron heads, maximum cubic inches if you have a GM or a Ford, 358, 366 if you have the Mopar underneath the hood, but a good way to get into stock car racing. As it looks like Gentile pulling away from the rest of the field, showing these guys that the locals can get it done here at Grundy County. So will Kevin Gentile hold on to pick up his first win in his second start? We'll have to come back and find out. He leads Spoonmore, Vandermeer, Slabanek, and Nippenberg, your top 5. Stay with us. More racing from Grundy County when we come back. Welcome back to Grundy County Speedway here in Morris, Illinois for the Digital Fuel Solutions Midsummer Meltdown featuring the Mid-American Stock Cars Series. Kevin Gentile from Elwood, Illinois out in front on cruise control. Jeremy Spoonmore runs in second as we go on board. Nice Digital Fuel Solutions on board shot, and it looks like Vandermeer working the low line off turn 2 is going to take the spot from Spoonmore. So Vandermeer moves into second place and gets a little loose there off turn number 4. Will he have enough laps to reel in your leader, Kevin Gentile, who is catching the tail end of this field? Puts Cody Clubb a lap down there in that white number 23 car. The closing laps could be crucial for young Kevin Gentile with the slower lap traffic in front of him. You see Tim Fulford, Hoosier State driver, right in front of him, set to go a lap down. If he gets hung up behind some of this slower lap traffic, that could allow Vandermeer an opportunity to run him down. We talked about all the rain that we had here at Grundy County Speedway all day long and throwing these drivers and teams for a monkey wrench to try and get their cars set up for this 40-lap feature event. On board once again with Spoonmore in the 22 car. 2012, a Mid-Am champion, trying to go 2 in a row. Second generation driver, 30 years old. This is the battle now for second spot. Remember, Vandermeer right in front of him took it a few laps ago as Vandermeer tries to run down Kevin Gentile, who is in heavy lap traffic. Now around the 11 of Luke Baldwin, another Grundy County regular. It's great to see the regulars here at this racetrack battle the series regulars, the tour drivers. If Gentile can get a win against the tour drivers, it would certainly be special, especially here at his home racetrack. White flag is now being displayed. Kevin Gentile, the driver from nearby Elwood, Illinois, got out front, used the high line, used the low line, did everything he had to do to get out front and pull off the win here at Grundy County as Gentile crosses the stripe and picks up his first Mid-Am Series win so far this year. Great run for Ron Vandermeer and Jeremy Spoonmore, ending up on the podium here tonight at Grundy County. They'll make their way off the track back to the pit area for post-race technical inspection. That'll give us an opportunity to go down to Victory Lane with Olivia Pritchett and talk to tonight's winner.
Kevin, congratulations. Awesome job. So tell me, you only had it for about the second half. What changed? What was your biggest challenge you had to overcome?
The biggest challenge was getting through traffic. We started all the way back. This is a stout field, and you know, it was tough to get through. But man, this crew had this car hooked up. It was unbelievable to drive.
Where does this rank in what you've achieved so far in your career?
You know, it's right up there with the championship I won last year. I've been dreaming about this. I sat in the stands and watched this race 3 years ago while I should have been racing it, and I knew I could win this race, and it killed me to sit up there. And God, this is awesome.
Congratulations. Good job.
Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot, Olivia. All smiles, and I believe a Gatorade. Yep, Gatorade bath for your winner, Kevin Gentile, as Victory Lane continues down on the front straightaway. Olivia and the crew will make their way back to the tech area as our winner will now have to make his way back there as well. And now she caught up with second place.
Not a little wore out. You know, it's the first hot night for us actually out here running. Car actually ran at temperature, so everything was, everything was just warm, humid. Yeah, a little wore out. We finished second last year in this race. We ran into some technicalities going through post-race tech. So to come back, finish second, we're pretty excited with that.
Probably the biggest challenge was keeping the car good. Middle race there, I thought, like I said, we had something to win. I beat up the right rear tire a little bit too much, got it hot, and once you get it hot, it just gets loose. And so I just kind of had to go from offense to defense there to hold third, and it's a good finish.
Well, a huge surprise is we did not see this coming. Your winner, Kevin Gentile, has been disqualified. His engine heads were not in accordance with the rules with the Mid-Am Series, so that has propelled Ron Vandermeer to the top spot. He will be your winner here tonight at Grundy County. His first start with the series ends up in a win. Spoonmore and Nippenberg round out your top three. A great race here as we look at our final rundown. Tough break tonight for Lyle Nowick in the 32 as he got involved in an accident early, ending his night. Well, a crazy chain of events here late in the race at Grundy County Speedway. We hope you enjoyed all the racing. For Olivia Pritchett, I'm Rob Klepper. We'll see you next time.